there's this one like extended family member of ours, and she used to ask my dad for money, and she texted me and she asks me for money. You've been asking my dad for money since before I was born. I was raised, I grew up. Now you're asking me for money. You lazy son of a I'm not fitting your habits. I'm not fit. Clearly you're too lazy to be I will let you the
I do not support the language she used. I do not support insult. Now there are some family members who have no shame. They have seen you and they feel you are there.
They want to milk you to their prayers. Okay, and then when you don't give them,
the reason God is blessing
I tell you
is because of me.
Okay.
And they would even remind you, yesterday I went to the mountain, I prayed for you. The shine you are shining, the job you
is
are
because
doing,
of the prayers I'm doing for you. Oh wow.
Do not become an enabler of people's laziness.
You know, a rich man amongst poor people is also a poor man.
You cannot solve everybody's problem. My pastor says you're not El Shaddai or you shall die.
You're not El Shaddai or you shall die. Hello, amazing you. How are you doing? Welcome to Chat Hour. If you're stopping by for the very first time, welcome and thank you. And if you are returning, you are the real MVP. Welcome and thank you. I know, right, that I've not been posting the way I'm supposed to post. I just had some issues and I had to put them in place for your pleasure. Thank you so much. Okay, so I want to hope that after now it will be back to back. Thank you, Lord. Amen. Amen. All right, so I've got my darling sister, the delectable, the vivacious, the unique, the exceptional, Tokwe Mark Odige in the car. You know that every time I have Tokwe in the car, I am super duper excited. Okay, so today we are talking about a certain topic, but before we delve into it, please do not forget to click on the subscribe button. Please turn on your notification bell so that every time I post, you see it firsthand. Thank you indeed. All right, so today we are talking about black tax. And I've talked about this before, and I'm going to put the link in the description. If you're wondering what black tax is, I'm going to explain it. It is a colloquial term used for young black people who share their salary with immediate and extended family members while trying to manage. What prompted this particular topic? It was because of what Kenyan comedian Elsa Majimbo talked about. She was talking about black tax, and so she was talking about how you're expected to give money to immediate and extended family members. Just watch the video.
Sending money back home or to your extended family is such a common African practice that I absolutely hate. I saw my dad doing it, and I don't even know any of my extended family. I saw him doing it with his brothers, with his sisters, with his grandparents, parents, like everyone in the family. As long as you have a job, they expect you to share that money accordingly, and that is just something I will not be participating in. I already knew I would never participate in this. Like, how do you come and tell me, oh, my kids are starving? Yeah, they're starving because you're lazy. Get off your job and feed your kids. And also there's this one like extended family member of ours, and she used to ask my dad for money, and she texted me and she asks me for money. You've been asking my dad for money since before I was born. I was raised, I grew up. Now you're asking me for money. You lazy son of a I'm not fitting your habits. I'm not fit. Clearly you're too lazy to be a I will let you the
I really want to know what your thought is on this, because, you know, I'm like, you know that we did not fall from heaven, and I would always just say it that we are here for one another, especially with the economic condition of Nigeria.
I believe that black tax can cripple a young person trying to start up in life. So I believe that there must be wisdom in how you manage your finances. I am all for generosity. Surprisingly, the theme in my church this month is doing good. And they've been talking about giving,
helping people
around you. Don't just pray for those that are suffering. Give them, share the little that you have. So I find that black tax has become an enabler of people who see it as their entitlement for them to benefit from the look of your prosperity. So, and black tax mainly goes to extended family. I believe that your immediate family, your siblings, your parents, core responsibility, you should take care of your parents. Your siblings, they are adults. You support them as much as possible. But I tell people that until you are standing, you cannot carry somebody. If you are kneeling down and you carry somebody, both of you will be on the floor together. So, and sometimes black tax now means that you are unable to stand and unable to successfully carry someone else. So I believe that black tax can become a chokehold, like you are trying to stand up and then somebody now puts a very heavy burden on your neck. And so as much as you're trying to work hard, you're unable to rise because you are carrying so many people just around your neck. So I feel strongly that it's important that we seek to empower and not pacify. And what black tax essentially does is we give money to those in need, but we're not taking time to supervise and ensure that the money being given isn't just being expended. So I had I'm an only child, so my core responsibility are my parents. Extended families, if there is need, I support. I feel like charity begins at home, like my immediate people that I can see on a regular basis. You
sweep the inside before you go to sweep the outside.
But in the case of a very close friend, they have a younger sibling that they were always giving money, but they were not supporting the person. Okay. You can give money without supporting the person.
Oh wow. So do you mean support that you mean here is like help the person to manage it? How
help the person to stand? Don't just give me fish. Teach me how you get the fish. Help me see how I can also get the fish.
Okay.
Now there are people that are not interested. Once I see that you're not interested in learning how to get the fish, I will not give you fish anymore.
Fantastic. So I think that would be what my brother did the other time. So my brother said that somebody has asked him for money, and so that thing of do weekend for me, and so my brother said, you know what? I know that you'll come another time and say do weekend for me. What is that business that you would like to start? Tell me, how much will it cost? I can support you so that you can have something every time. You don't come back to me and say, do weekend for me. And I really feel that makes sense.
Yeah, so there are even cases where in this particular friend's case, they gave the boy money. He was doing a laundry business, but you did not bring him any customer. So you gave him money, you gave him washing machine, and you did not check that. Okay, so how many clothes have you washed
but
this
is that
month?
not too much? That person too has their own life
is
to
your
live.
brother.
Okay.
And for you to help someone, you have to teach them. People don't know. In running business, is that okay? I will patronize you. So I've given you a washing machine to do a laundromat. So I'm not giving you money every month. I dashed you the washing machine. So I start washing my clothes for me. So you'll be making money from there.
Okay.
I will give other friends I know that they should patronize you for washing of clothes, so that you'll not be in need of begging for money. So you now have a case where there is constant support to help them become self-sufficient. But what Majimbo said, and I do not support the language she used, I do not support insult, but I understand we're from different generation. I'm a millennial, she's a Gen Z. The way we see the world is different. So she feels like my dad took care of you
before I was born, and then they gave birth to me.
I'm standing on my own feet.
I'm an adult
and I'm taking care of you again.
Have you no shame? That was what she was trying to say.
So I am of the opinion that help people to create a structure where they can be self-sufficient, so that they would help them understand that it is important for them to be self-sufficient. Now there are some family members who have no shame. They have seen you and they feel you are there.
They want to milk you to their prayers. Okay, and then when you don't give them,
the reason God is blessing you,
tell you,
is because of me.
Okay.
And they would even remind you, yesterday I went to the mountain, I prayed for you. The shine you are shining, the job you
is
are
because
doing,
of the prayers I'm doing for you. Oh wow. So are they praying for their own selves too, so that they can prosper? Because I think that I can relate to what you're saying. So there was somebody who told me just very recently that I was telling her that, the money I gave you the other time, it's not as if I have so much too. But when you said that your children went to bed without food, I felt very bad and I had to look for that money. So I said that you should try, and I was trying to suggest some things to her. And then she said to me in Yoruba, she said, Auntie, tani giga obashi eni kukuru mashe. So I'm like, what does that even mean?
If you
So
don't
that
do it,
means that
somebody else
if
will
I
do
don't
it.
do it, another person will do it.
The person is
And I'm
abdicating
like,
responsibility for
what?
their life.
What? Why would you say that to me? I keep helping you, and then you could open your mouth to say that to me. So that has now turned to, do you call that entitlement?
Yes, that's definitely entitlement. The black tax isn't a problem if you are coming in as an intervention for people in a challenging situation.
But then again,
but when it becomes when people sit down and plan their life
around
your pocket without understanding the fact that you also have financial responsibilities for yourself, that for me is wrong. Supporting, helping people in need is right. That's the good thing. That's the kind thing as human beings. And Africans, why is it black tax? Because black people are communal.
Yeah.
So black people always support one another.
Yeah.
They feel is my uncle, is my cousin, my cousin's wife, my cousin, as in like distance relation. We are all black, and so we must support one another.
That's right.
But I do not believe that we have helped one another enough. When you dash somebody money and not keep the money in circulation, there's a problem. So there is a statistic done that the money in the black economy, money comes in and it doesn't even go around twice before it goes into another person's economy. So they say the Jews money, it will go over 10 times within the economy. So the Jew will buy food from a Jewish person, they would use a Jewish bank, they would patronize clothes from a Jewish person. So the money, when a Jewish person makes money, that money empowers many Jewish businesses before going out. But for majority of black owned businesses, black people, when they earn money, the money straight up as they earn the money, it goes straight into the Jewish, it goes to Chinese. Nigeria as a country makes money and the money goes straight to China. It goes to Japan, it goes to Vietnam, it goes to other economies to empower them. It doesn't stay around. So if you are supporting other people's businesses, I make it a point of policy. If I'm buying any clothes and my friend sells it, I'll buy from my friend. If I'm buying shoe, I'm buying from my friend. We have a new co-host on Your View for the past few months who does oil. I can buy my granite oil outside, but guess what?
Yes, and I sell jewelries, and she patronizes.
I will keep the money in my community.
Yeah, thank you.
Because that way I am empowering people close to me. They will not need to beg me because I am patronizing them. They are making profit. I will market the business for them as well. I feel that is the most empowering, the right way for us to support one another. More than just saying, oh, let me give you one derica of rice. How many months would you
eat derica? That's right.
I can't give you one bag of rice. It's not convenient for me. So if I give you one derica, I have not solved your problem. But if I tell you how you can go to meet that woman by the end of the road that sells fruits, and you can hawk fruits for her and make money from hawking fruit without having to buy, I have truly empowered you, even without giving you any amount of money. But it requires me to think, and it requires me to start speaking plenty English. It is easier for me to just give you 100 naira or 500 naira.
Yeah.
So we see,
but the other one comes with a lot of energy.
So people give financial help because it is.
Please let me just do it and move on.
I give you and move
okay,
on.
Fantastic. So because Yoruba adage says that Olowo kan láàrin otoshi lòun náà, and when you say that, that translates to a rich man amongst poor people is also a poor man, because you can, if everybody is not rich, or if like half of the community is not rich, you're just the only rich one, and they come to you and they take from what you have every time.
You have nothing.
How do you not have stuff?
You have nothing.
Really? Because I can say that I can really, really relate to this. So there was a time like that. I was getting gigs back to back, and I had money. And so when somebody calls me for help, I'm helping them. So this thing was not too much. Then I said, this money that I thought was plenty is almost finished. Do you understand? So yeah, I understand that. So people are going to drag you down. But now, as you said again, that we have that thing of, we have to pay it forward or send the ladder down, which is good, right? But then, can we not do it that everybody will now just be okay? Is it possible that everybody will be okay? Or that school of thought that said there will always be the poor amongst us, Because,
there would always be poor.
I would like it if everybody is just okay.
There will always be poor among us, but the Western world, especially the English and the Western world, really, have been able to find a system where the poor is not, being poor does not mean you are hungry. So you can go to Salvation Army and get
Oh
clothes.
yeah, that's right.
You won't be
There is always the
naked.
food bank that you
Then
can
there's
go
always food bank on a
to.
consistent
That's
basis, so you will
right.
not be hungry. There
Hmm.
are food stamp, unemployment food stamp that you can use to shop. So you will be able to say, I don't have work and I want to buy
And you
food.
can have
The
shelter
government
too.
will give you
Yeah.
unemployment food stamp, so you would go and buy food. The challenge is Africans haven't been able to
That's
create
right.
a social welfare system that covers the poorest of the poor amongst us with taxpayers' money, so that I am not under pressure to be dealing with what government should deal with.
All right, that's right, because that behoves
To
government
create
to
that
create that
system,
system.
and they
But
haven't done
now
it.
we as individuals have to find a solution for ourselves, because we cannot just sit down there. Because as I said earlier, yesterday, when I saw that news that passport fee has been increased, so my passport has not expired and it is not even near expiry date. But guess what? It just dampened my spirit.
So I saw it too, and genuinely, as I'm talking to you, I was meant to have been my parents' passport.
Oh my God!
Like, even I was still telling myself on Monday that I need to tell my staff to fill the form and process it. So my procrastination has led to a point where I might be paying more money to process the passport. However, in terms of the problems that Nigeria is facing, passports being expensive isn't even the big deal.
You get,
because it is for you to want passport, you must
have money that you are eating and all that. So you're not talking about basic amenities.
Yes.
You're talking about food, shelter, clothing.
Exactly.
Basic that people can survive. I understand.
And we attend the same church, and in our church, what I've learned to do, and I think this might help a lot of people who are going through black tax and they feel like it's really overwhelming them. You cannot solve everybody's problem. My pastor says you're not El Shaddai or you shall die. So you need to now choose you're
not El Shaddai or you shall die. Oh my God.
So you choose the ones that you can deal with. You know, your core people that it must not be heard of, that your father is starving. There was a celebrity, I won't mention her name, big celebrity that her father died, and when the picture of her father that they could bring out was a very, like, the father looked poor, haggard. They was like, you didn't do photo shoot for your father to celebrate any birthday before the man died, or is it like you don't have any good picture of your father, that this is what you want to use to celebrate the person of your father? It shows that you don't. So your parents are we're not your priority. I believe every human being, as long as your parents are alive, you must take care of your parents to the best of your ability. Then support foundations, and my church does donations, food through benevolence units. So if anybody asks me for food, I'll be like, if you're in Lagos, I do it. I tell people to go to whether you are Christian, you are Muslim, you are atheist, if you go to church, that's right. Yes, that's right. So my job is to ensure that I am also supporting. I might not be able to buy a bag of rice to give them. There was someone was saying that every month I'll be buying a bag of rice. Not now when rice has reached a much price. Father Lord bless us so that we can do more in church. But we are contributing. I contribute to the benevolence unit to ensure that if anybody needs food and they go there, they would meet food there. So if you don't have such in your church or in your mosque, please be the one to champion creating a unit in your church or mosque or community that provides food for those in need. If you find that there's none within your area, maybe your church or your mosque does not have a pantry. So we, in my unit, even not just for church, we even have within my unit in church has a pantry. Because sometimes members will not even feel comfortable going to the benevolence unit where outsiders are coming. So each unit in my church had to create a pantry, a cabinet where you can get rice, get oil, get beans, get curry, and it is solving many problems. So if you cannot do it for the entire church, create it for the unit, so that within your unit you can support those that are in need, because you may not care for everybody. But you care for those around.
So can we further solve these problems? Because some people have suggested birth control. Some people have suggested education for all. Some people have even said that, you know what, when they come calling, don't even answer them, which is very tough. But I know that the government one time was trying to champion that cause too, was trying to give awareness on birth control, but people will not have it, especially the poor people. I'm so sorry to say, because you hear stuff like, so they don't understand. So I think that there is actually that awareness that should be created. Because when I was watching your show before I left the house, I just wanted to be sure that she was on the show today so that she will be on this particular one. So I caught her, I think it was today or something. I caught something like you were talking about your children, and you said it is until when you have like 2-3 kids that you know that it is not just about having money to take care of your children. You have to give them quality time. So I keep saying it. You can have all the money in the world. This is not only just for, it is not just for the poor. You can have all the money in the world, but are you giving them attention? Do you? Because it takes a lot. It takes a lot. Yeah, so how do we now go to the rural areas to help these people understand that, see, yeah, you say if they drink pap they will survive. Some people have done it before in the past, because when you say this, they don't know that they are actually they are putting problems on other people.
Yes, so you can't, what our parents and grandparents could have 11 children because they all had farms. So food was never a problem. They would always cultivate. There's something the backyard garden will feed them. But how many people have backyard gardens that can feed them all year round?
Yeah,
not many. So having children as your body can produce, as much as your body can produce, is not a sustainable model anymore. I feel strongly that the government on a Africa-wide stage must start talking more about family planning. And I must say that the government has done their best. I gave birth in a general hospital, and I did family planning in the general hospital for free. Till today, if you go to any clinic within Lagos, and I think dare say in most Nigerian countries and Nigerian states, you would get family planning without paying any money to be able to, but you must be willing to go. So aside from providing the family planning, you must also you must educate people about the importance of family planning, so that you don't have so many children that you're begging to feed them. You have 5 children, you have 4 children. Hello, how much are you earning to be able to take care of 4 children? No, it's important that we start educating people on, you can only have the children that if anything happens you can take care of them. I think that would really help. Then education too. I think the government education for all might help if the education for all is tied to business, not just going
empowerment.
To school. Empowerment for all, not just about going to school. Because if it's about going to school, people go to school and graduate and
they're
not empowered.
Oh wow,
they're not empowered. So they have head knowledge, but they're not empowered to convert their abilities into money making. So training on empowerment needs to be more on a grassroots level across the states. Not just saying, oh, we call empowerment and you give them blender or you give them wheelbarrow, which we have seen most ridiculous things in Nigeria.
Oh wow,
so,
that's right.
We have seen wheelbarrow, we have seen Meshai, they give them gas cookers so that they can be making tea around. That's not empowerment. Empowerment is giving people the ability to think about problems they can solve within their environment and use what they have, maybe their physical strength or the skills they have to solve those problems and earn money from it. That's the real empowerment that we need.
All right. So what would now be your payoff? What would be your conclusion?
My conclusion is that teach people how to fish more than giving them fish. However, you cannot teach somebody that is hungry how to fish. The person will still need to have something small in their tummy. So do not become an enabler of people's laziness. Give them just enough and teach them how to become stand on their feet and provide for themselves. That will be my final word. So if you have people around you always begging you for money, if they are willing to learn a skill, they are willing to start a business, they are willing to take their life into their own hands and empower themselves, stop enabling them with subsidy and financial support. Push them out. By the time they are hungry, they will find something to do. But if they are willing to do the work, please keep the money within the circle. Buy Gary from your friends and family. Buy clothes from your friends and family. Let the money you make circulate to empower others around you. And your core responsibility are your parents. Don't joke with them as much as possible. Anything that they need that you can afford, basics of life, give to your parents.
Oh wow! Thank you so much, Topper, for coming on the show again today. Thank you. Right. We hope that you have enjoyed this. What exactly are your thoughts about this particular post? We would like to know. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Righty. So please do not forget to subscribe. Click the subscribe button. Also, click on the notification button
and share this video.
Thank you so much. Till I come your way again, or we come your way again. Let the conversation continue.